Fantasy basketball is often like playing the stock market. We want to make the absolute most. We want to buy and sell, and we talk about it all the time. We want to get who is absolutely hot, who is sizzling, and get a return on that. Sometimes we want to hold near and dear, and that's fine. And I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to buy and sell in fantasy. We don't want to sell someone even necessarily when they're performing badly because we want them so much. They might be from our favorite team or we've won a championship with them before and we want to hold on. But the key is to buy low and sell high to get those fringy edge margins of victory, if you will. What we're going to do is we're going to break it down. We're going to get into some of my favorite sell highs, my favorite 10 right now, all for very different reasons. I'm wearing his hat on my head right now. Everyone knows that Giddy is one of my absolute guys this season. In the preseason, he did a bit of a media tour around here in Australia, hit some shops up, was playing some hoops around the place. And I saw him in person and he looked good. And this current tear that Gids is on is absolutely amazing. I've drafted him here. You can even see the history in this one. It's a 10 league. This is my friends and family draft. Like this is like D-Mac from Believe is with me. This is NBA Fantasy Bible. I drafted him 23rd because he came back to me in the third round. I knew he wasn't coming back to me. I've got to the 20s, come back around, and Josh Giddey has been absolutely there for me. These triple doubles that he's been putting up lately have been absolutely tremendous. Well, near on triple doubles. He's missed two recently by one assist or two rebounds. The last two games, absolutely incredible. Now, what Josh doesn't give you, generally speaking, is field goal percentage that's this high. And if you have a look at the run at the beginning of the season when he was a bit of a sell low candidate, like, buy low, this is the wave. It's so wavy. But for me, Giddy right now is sell high. He is currently a top 10 player in fantasy. And I don't think he's that. So this is exactly why he's a sell high. There's hype around the ball. So it's this media storm thing that we can create that really helps to bring us some of that detail as well to our sell high. When there is a narrative in the basketball community, when there is a narrative in the basketball public, in the fantasy public that something's happening, it just gets that little other confirmation bias. Like, yeah, Josh Giddey's really good. But the Bulls, like the graphics with him beside Michael Jordan. And so when we see that, this primes up people to be like, are you keen on Giddey? Or if you put him in a trade for someone, if you get a trade for Josh Giddey, then you could probably milk that out a little bit more. But if you're sending him, this is a guy who you could easily get a first rounder from. He does it across the board right now. The threes are down. Like he hasn't hit more than 4 all season. But for me, he is an absolutely prime sell high candidate because he's good. Kobe White's coming back. It's another little cherry on the sell Sunday, if you will. But I don't think he's that good. I think he's 7th right now. That is absolutely insane for him. So an absolute sell high. This guy, owned by, I said, NBA Fantasy Bible in this league, he has been a monster. 22 and 22. The free throws seem up and down all over the place. We've seen it on the season for this guy. He is playing absolutely incredible. In the last month, 830. Now, I know I was on Josh Lloyd's show last year and we were talking about Duran and do we think he could be a plus 800 shooter because he had from the free throw line, because he had this spate at the end of not last season, the season before, where his free throw percentage went up and it wasn't that great to begin last year. It did turn around a little bit. If you look over his season stats from the past, he has been improved. He's gone up from 790 the year before, and then it was down last year. It wasn't improvement, it was tanked. But this 830, when he was 790 the season before, we were like, could he be better last year? And he wasn't. And he had this spate and then it went down again. But he's started right now pretty well. And the curious thing for me is a couple of these guys, it's their free throw rate, the amount of times they're getting to the line. He is in 8 games, gone to the line 47 times. Last year, 242. He is quickly approaching 1/5 of the amount of games in less than that. So 8, 16, 24, 32. By 40 games at this rate, in almost half the amount of games, Duran would have been to the free throw line. And this is going to be a theme because the free throw attempts are up across the NBA. He is getting there. He is knocking them down. It is completely buoying his value. Now, if that craters down a little bit, sure. If you're in a punt free throw percentage league, it's absolutely massive. But these games of his, these big, big numbers on the rebound block, this is great. The thing that he doesn't do, funny enough that I mentioned blocks, is block. Like, he'll get you one a game. He had a couple to begin the season with 2, but he's generally pitted off to not the greatest shot blocker, but it's the absolutely incredible field goal percentage that he gives you, apart from like one down game. But this is an absolute sell high on Jalen Duren. Someone who has missed the last 2 games, who is on my list, and this is exactly why he is. It is LaMelo Ball. Now, we've seen this happen time and again with LaMelo Ball, but he's had a really good, shout out D-Mac owns him in this one too. He's had a good start to the season. Like, he's a top 25 player. He's doing all the things, saying and doing all the things that we want to be seeing for LaMelo Ball. The problem is he's been unavailable the last 2 games. And we know this can happen with LaMelo Ball. We know that he is not always present for the Charlotte Hornets. And that impacts you. And it's going to impact you more as the season goes on. So he started off well, he was there, and now he's not. He's ranked 19th on the season. He's got the questionable tag coming into the next game. But again, they only played 2 games this week for the Charlotte Hornets. But for me, this is just like, why? Why do I want to hold him? I don't want to hold him in fantasy because he's fancy. I want to get a return off LaMelo Ball. He is 23 points a game. The rebounds are there, almost 10 assists a game. The steals are there. The blocks that he can get haven't been coming as much as they usually do for LaMelo. He gets some cheeky ones here and there. But for me, he is a prime sell high candidate. And you can say, gee, what do you mean sell high? I'm not even he hasn't played. Hasn't played. Perfect. It's actually perfect. Because when he comes back and he goes on another little run like he did to begin with, that's when you sell high. You need to put him on your sell high radar because after he's missed a couple of games, he's going to come back and play some. But then he's also not. Look at Zion Williamson, now out for the next amount of time. Look at Ant. Even the NBA has been littered with injuries to start the year. LaMelo is like Mr. Glass. So for me, when he comes back and he goes on a heater of 3 to 5 games, the second that he's back, I am looking to sell high because there's going to be your perfect storm. LaMelo's back. He's playing well. Look at him go. And then he's down. He started the season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he's been out 2. Now he's questionable for the next game. And so by this time, he could have played in 2/3 of the games. That's a fair ratio. 66% of the games isn't bad, but it's not great. And long term, I'm just not sure if I want it. And his absences have opened up the door for someone else in Charlotte, and it is Con Knipple. Now, he has gone up. He's not rostering this league. This is a very active, very deep league. And with 2 games this week, the reason why he's not rostered in this league is because the Hornets play 2 games. But geez, his last 2 games, the Knips, has been absolutely fantastic. The rebounds, the 12 rebound game, the threes are coming in. Brandon Miller's not there. He has looked really good and really confident working with Kalkbrenner and Colin Sexton working off the ball. So I'm really enjoying the Con Knipple experience. But currently, this is going to be a prime sell high window. Points are really sexy. People are chasing points in category leagues. So for me, when I can get someone like Con Knipple making his way onto my team very easily off the wire, I'm looking to then capitalize on someone. I think you can get like an 80 to 100 player for this guy. And I think that's someone that we should be targeting, someone between 80 and 100 that could probably put up similar numbers long term, because that's the good thing about this. It could be a smart move now to set yourself up for the playoffs, and maybe Knipple and Knipple will go down. Brandon Miller will come back. LaMelo Ball will come back. Sure, we don't know how long Miller's going to be out for. He's never played that long, and you could sell it. But if they do and they play and they compete, Knipple will be really useful and handy. Now, if it goes the other way and he's a waiver wire darling, maybe that person throws him back down the way because they're struggling right now and they need points and threes. Maybe target a kind of an opposite. But for me, Connor Knipple, absolutely scorching hot right now. And I think we could probably make a move on that one there. This guy has been absolutely scorching hot. The history of this guy, there you go, the 120th pick in this draft. 10 people, 14 players, top 140, Needed a point guard late, he said. Afterwards, like, oh yeah, it's too dice. Like most people did on draft day. Keontae George has been absolutely incredible to start the season. Now, we know that Collier has made his way back, but I don't think it's going to ding him very, very much. But what he has been doing, I can't explain it. It's insane. Like, this is, like, we all talk about the breakout. Who's going to be the breakout this year? Who's going to be the breakout this year? Well, it's Keontae George is right. It has to make the list. But here's the interesting thing as well. Keontae George is going to the free throw line a hell of a lot. Now, this guy is shooting 905 on the season. Okay, so plus 900 from the free throw line. But here's a little bit of an interesting research thing we said about the free throws coming up. This guy, so far this year, has taken 74 free throws. Now, we're only in 8 games, just the same as the Jalen Duren experience before. He's taken 74 attempts at the line. He's getting downhill a heck of a lot more. The threes. Now, if you look at this free throw percentage, he is getting to the line so much. Look at the game log. Free throws, 7, 13, 9, 11, 15, 8, 7, and 4 to begin. And this is about where it was. 16 points, 500 from the field, 12 shots a game. Now, without Walker Kessler there, I think we see some more changes, but this is probably more in line with what we could expect from Keontae George. This kind of 30 minutes a night, 12 shots a game. Ace Bailey hasn't been playing that great. This is it. We know that he can dish dimes. That's what he does. But you can see the assists have gone down a little bit and the points have gone up. He doesn't hit threes at an exceptional clip, but the free throw rate for Keontae George is insane. 15, 11, 9, 13. And because he can hit them, it's getting you the points. It's buoying that percentage an incredible amount. And again, look at the amount of attempts. The free throw attempts on the year is at 74. Last year, he took 285 for the entire year. The year before that, 225. Now, he played 67 games last year and got to the line a heck of a lot more. So he started to show that element in his game. He's now escalated that yet again. So pretty much 74, you could say, is a quarter of the amount of attempts that he's taken. A quarter, he's played 8 games. That's 32 games. 74, look, I'll do it real quick. The quickest of maths, because I'm not going to do it in my head. That's just ridiculous. 74 times 4 equals 296. He's taken more than a quarter of the shots from the free throw line right now than he had like last year. This is what's buoying the value, that ability to get through the free throw line. And I don't know how long. I mean, yeah, you can milk it all you want or call it free throw merchant. Maybe that's the way that it's heading. But this free throw merchandising for Keontae George is buoying him. The assist down, it's helping him get to the line because he can hit them. It's helping to buoy those points. And I think it's a matter of time before it just peels off. But because he's hot and people are like, oh, Keontae George, huge. That narrative is around, and I think we can move him. This guy here has been absolutely sensational. Shout out to my mate Ken, Morning Glory Tuner, who owns Alex Sarr of the Washington Wizards. This guy has been cooking here and there. What we love is the block shots from him. He's just purely listed as a center, and last year it was so juicy to have him power forward and center eligible, but he is mostly just center eligible across leagues. Check yours and your settings in Fantrax or ESPN, but he has been knocking them down. Now, 4 threes in today's game, 31 points, 8 and 2, 3 blocks. The turnovers, they've been there, sure. He's still young, he's still raw, but the improved percentages for this guy have been a true marker of his season. On the season, Alex Sarr is basically a plus 500 shooter, 800 from the line. You can see that he's also getting to the line a heck of a lot, less than I would expect, but I expect him to get there more as the season and be more aggressive in getting to the free throw line. He's hitting them down at a very solid clip. 2 from 4, 3 from 3, 3 from 4. I love that. But this field goal percentage for him, this improvement is a vast improvement from Alex Sarr. And I think it's an absolutely prime sell high window on Sarr. It's sell on Sarr as far as I'm concerned, because this is, I don't think it's sustainable. I think he's very good. I don't think he's like the top 20 player that he's showing himself to be. He's 22nd right now on the season. He's definitely a top 50, maybe 35 to 50. But if you could milk in someone real, look, buy lows on Kevin Durant, I don't think it would get you there. But if you throw in an extra piece, you might be able to get something going with this. But Alex Sarr is on an absolute heater right now. And so he is firmly on my sell high list. And again, I don't know if you would, because I don't know what you get back. Just like Scotty Barnes, I don't know what you get back. Because when you look at the draft position, here we go. In this league, his history, he was picked 87th overall. And I'm not saying you should take a bargain basement player, like someone who's, he's probably not going to be there either, another sell high guy, because maybe that's what someone's going to throw at you. I just know you can get something really good back for Alex Sarr, and I'm going to be looking to do that. Scotty Barnes, he has also been brilliant, but again, a high draft pick. When you draft someone, in this case, g'day, shout out to Chris, light years bitches, 26th overall in the third round of this draft, do you give up? Or when do you see him putting up these huge numbers he's doing? Because it's the steals and the blocks. And we've seen this 2 years ago from Scotty Barnes. We saw this in this breakout season from Scotty bounce back Barnesy 2 years ago, where he was putting in the defensive numbers that were just elite. And then they tapered off. And I think that's what we're going to see again here. If we have a look over the guy's history, we can see that he always starts absolutely red hot. And if you have a look over his last couple of seasons as well, he puts them up. Like he's the steals, they're there. But 2 seasons ago, take a look back at 2023, 1.5 blocks. Last year they were down. 1.5 blocks to start the season. I don't know if we're there. The steals are up 1.6. The assists are down. The rebounds are down. But the points are up. The threes are up. The free throw percentage is down. The field goal percentage is way up. So he hasn't historically been a plus 500 guy. And now we're going to believe that he is plus 500. Maybe he has elevated his game, but I don't think he's going to be at 512. Maybe it comes down to 500, 490. Still, career watermarks for Scotty Barnes. So for me, this is what I'm really curious to see where it comes back for. You can see where he's finished up over the years, like 19 on Yahoo the year before, 55 last year on their rankings, and 12th currently. I don't think he is this good, but if you could put Barnesy, especially for another, you can't go out getting guys like Donovan Mitchell and Tyrese Maxey, who has eclipsed their ADPs currently. You can't, you won't be able to do it. But if you can look around guys like maybe Devin Booker, who aren't where they should be, and who you could get for a season long, depending on what happens for Phoenix, I'd be sniffing around those kind of guys in trades right now for Scotty Barnes, because I think we can get a really good return because people want the extras. They want the peripheral stats. And I think what he's doing there by way of the defense isn't that sustainable, but he's playing a heck of a game. Mikal Bridges is another guy who is playing an absolute heck of a game. Now, he has tailed off a little bit from the last couple of games, but he is still putting in insane defensive numbers, 2s and 3s, getting blocks, getting steals. This is the Mikal Bridges, the 3-and-D prototype that we loved. And now he was drafted really high in this league, 73rd overall, and I saw him slipping on draft day. But this guy has been performing in the top 30s all year long, consistently. I've seen him in this season, top 15. I think Basketball Monster had him at 13. Hashtag Basketball, I'm pretty sure had him at, I think it was 16. I'm going to double check. It's insane to see him this high. But this has been an incredible, Mikal Bridges, it was 22nd on Hashtag Basketball. He has been playing an absolute blinder, and it's not that sustainable. The other thing with this as well for me is that Josh Hart has had a couple of nice little games on the side now. So here we've had Mikal Bridges, blistering start, Josh Hart getting put back on waiver wires after last year's Josh Hart breakout year. Now no one wants to touch the bloke. But Mikal Bridges has been red hot. And then Bridges minutes, you can see it right here. Bridges minutes are what? When have they been impacted? They're not. But Josh Hart's getting a few more minutes, playing a little bit better, getting a little bit more offensive for the New York Knicks. And you can see the last 3 games, it coincides with Mikal Bridges' offense being down. the shots being less. Now, he wasn't as effective, 5 from 12, but the 8 and the 7 were down on his previous markets, 14, 16, and 11. So I think there is a truth that somewhere in between that it's this. And if you look at the season stats on this guy, the last 2 weeks, things are down. So have a look over here by the points per game in the last couple of weeks by the box score. The last month, 16 points a game. In the last week, 14. So it's down. The threes are up. The free throw percentage is back down. The field goal percentage is dipped a little bit. The assists are stuck around. The rebounds are lower. The blocks and steals pretty much remain the same. So for me, there's been a bit of a dip on that scoring and that load. And I think we could probably stick to where it's been around now. So in the last week, on the season, he's been really good. But in the last week, he has slipped in ranking slightly. And so for me, that's where I look at Mikal Bridges on the season. I'm like, this is the time to sell high, because I think where it's going is where it's going to end up. And I think right now that he's going to dip down a little bit. He's eclipsed his max for the year, like in every way, shape, or form. And in the last week, he's dipped back down to the 32nd player. So he can't be the 13th on the year, and then all of a sudden he's going back to the 32nd player. I think that decline happens, and I think it's going to happen a little bit more quickly. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him, because in the last 2 weeks he's been 20th. So if he's been 13th on the season and he's been 20th in the last 2 weeks, and the last week he's been 32nd, maybe he settles somewhere a bit lower. So this is why now it's just the time to get off him very quickly, where you can still get a similar or better player back that can go you for the long haul right there. This guy has been playing brilliantly, and it's a sell high opportunity if you have him. Now, I've thought about picking him up in this league. I'm stacked at center. I can't fit anyone in. And I know someone in our league is going to pick this up the second I say and aggregate it. It's Daniel Gafford. He's an absolute must roster with Derek Lively still out. And Derek Lively is still out for the rest of the remainder of this week. He's been told he's ramping up and he's been returning to basketball activities. But this is a guy you can bring in and flip. He boosts your field goal percentage. He hasn't missed a free throw yet for the year, which is crazy for Daniel Gafford. But the points are there, the rebounds are there, but it's the block shots that we absolutely love. This is a block shots changer in your league. And with Lively out, this guy has been running the middle for the Dallas Mavericks incredibly well. And with the absence of Anthony Davis, it's a perfect storm for Daniel Gafford. And you've got to be able to move to pick up DG, play DG, and then put him in a package really quickly, because I don't think you're going to get a sustainable piece for him directly. It's like, oh yeah, but Lively's out and AD's out. Yeah, but you can, AD's always out. Yeah, pitch that, fine. But you package him with another player, you could get a significant upgrade on your roster. And he is a perfect 2-for-1 complement, because he brings sexy things like high field goal percentage, blocks, good rebounding, things that aren't easy to get on wires. He can bring you. The reason I'm not dropping him, I'm not picking him up, is I've got Calc-Brenner, and I love the big calculator. Absolutely love him. Julius Randle, another player who has been absolutely on fire. These 30-point games for him lately in the absence of Anthony Edwards was then met by a downturn on the 19-point game, and that lost that win the other day, big one against the Brooklyn Nets. But then Ant comes back and he still knocks down 32 points. I don't think that he is this good all the time, but he has been absolutely sensational, and I don't know how to say. We've seen seasons like this from Julius Randle. And again, shout out to Jay and Silent Matt. He went 80th overall, and he has absolutely eclipsed this on the season. Like, Julius Randle has been playing out of his mind for Minnesota. And whenever I have to say those words, and he is the 12th best player according to #basketball in a season, I find myself saying, look, it's the sell high, because Julius Randle isn't the 12th best basketball player in fantasy. He's pretty good, like he's doing well, but these numbers don't lie. Like, the numbers do not lie, and you could have a look at this game, and someone's going to look that up and be like, oh, let me look at his last few games. 30, 19, oh yeah, it's down one, still triple-double. Oh, that's pretty great. 30, 33, jeez. And the field goal percentage is absolutely insane for this guy. We know it wasn't easy for him to begin the season last year, and then he came on, and he has gone head and shoulders above the rest of the Timberwolves in fantasy so far this season. So when I'm using those kind of sentences associated with Julius Randle, it is 100% time to sell high on Julius Randle. And last but not least, this guy, Nick Claxton, playmaking. It has been incredible to watch. Now, the blocks aren't there all the time. They've been coming 2-1, 3-1. It's what we expect from him. The high field goal percentage is what we expect. The low free throw percentage is what we expect. And that's there. It's pretty much business as usual for Clacko. But the rebounding is there. The points are there. He's been a focal point of that offense. And this was a guy who just drifted off radars entirely. He was going late in drafts. In this one, 110th pick overall. D-Mac just needed a center. And I remember him in the draft. We were on the live show. I was like, oh, need a center. I'll probably just pick up Claxton here. Because he was one of those like he was like almost like an afterthought center. Like, oh yeah, all the good ones are gone. Yeah, all the good ones. And we found ourselves saying that in mock draft after mock draft. Like all the really good ones, all the top tier ones are going. Yeah, after 100, I guess I could just slip into a Claxton. You know what I mean? I can just pick up a Claxton, pick up a Lively. Then Lively started to rise up. Claxton dropped even more. His ADP was well outside the top 100, and he's been playing like a top 50 player in the season. And not just because you should move off that. I mean, if you need these things from him, and he's doing what you need in your team, and he's like one of your only centers, you probably can't afford to move him off because you can't get back what he does off the waiver wire that easily. But I just don't know how long we are for him playing significant minutes, like 33, 30, 34 minutes a night for the Brooklyn Nets, a team that has openly said they will be tanking. Is this to boost his trade value? I don't know. But what I do know is that I can't trust the Brooklyn Nets for the entirety of this NBA season. And so when a Brooklyn Net is playing really well, him, Cam Thomas, MPJ, any of those core guys, you've been playing really, really well. You can absolutely bank my words that I'm screaming from the rooftops, sell high, sell high, sell high, because you are absolutely going to have to sell high to get the job done. Those were 10. I threw in 11. Why not? Because of the giddy. I had to wear the hat. I had to do it. Those are 11 sell highs that you can move on right now in your league to absolutely dominate. And if you want to truly dominate your league, if you're looking to do it, make sure you go to Sports Wizard. That's WZRD, the ultimate edge in fantasy. It's totally free to sign up, but if you want to unlock the complete real magic of this website, get the league winning features, use the promo code Robin, that's ROBBIN, for 10% off and start winning today. That is sportswzrd.com. I am Matty G. This is Believe. Go get your W's. We'll see you soon. Take care.